And we're back here. Apologies once again. But we're back here for class 3. Boys 400 meters. We'll be having 4 sections on our entry list here. We have from William Knibb, Jabari Matheson. Jamaica College's Trey Pennant. Richard Farrier of Rhodes Hall. Javari McCoy of Ferncourt. Romario Lewis of St. Jacob. And Kyle Thompson out there in lane 8 for Jamaica College. On the set position. And off they go. So it's a level break. But the man from Ferncourt steps up and appears to have the early initiative. Javari McCoy steps alongside Romario Lewis of St. Jago, and the two of them go at it at the moment. Rose Hall's Richard Farrier coming to the picture. So too William Knibb, Jabari Matheson onto the back straight. So it's a nice little tussle going on there. William Knibbs, or Jabari Matheson now appears to have taken the lead. He strides away, coming around at the top curve. Javari McCoy of Ferncourt, but Matheson of William Knibb. He comes into the picture. McCoy of Ferncourt is also there. But Jabari Matheson of William Knibb now striding away, coming across the finish line now in 53.91. And Richard Farrier of Rhodes Hall, second. Ferncourt's Javari McCoy, third. But William Knibbs, the school of the famous Usain Bolt, the man, Jabari Matheson, winning that section. 53.90 the flash, the official time now for Matheson of William Knibb. And that's that first section of the boys, class 3, 400 meters. So one to watch, man there from William Knibb. Matheson, Rhodes Hall, Ferncourt, the top 3 finishers there in that first section of the boys class 3, 400 meters.
So Roger Asphalt doing commentary on the first 5 races on the afternoon session of the boys segment here at the Queen's Grace Jackson track meet. And what is interesting, Raj, is that we have the top boys school. I mean, Kingston College, Calabar, Jamaica College being defending champions
At boys champs.
At boys champs last year. And we can't say if they will win, at least not so early in the season. Or they'll be defending their title.
A bit too close to call. You need to see how the teams are rolling out their athletes.
Yes.
And then we can begin to put numbers together. And
right.
then we'll have a clear picture heading into that time as to
and champs is
what
at
we can look for.
First week of April or that last week of March. All right, we'll get back to that. So they're on their marks for section 2 of 4 of the boys 400 meters class 3 event. In lane 2, Leonard Hawthorne, Ferncourt. Lane 3, Philip Martin, Jamaica College. Tien Dunkley of Calabar runs in 3. In 4 is in 5 is Omar Somerville Mannings. Lane 6, Vladimir Brooks Wilmers. And in lane 7, Detaje Morgan of Ravens. We have 6 athletes in this one. Detaje Morgan, Ravens in 7. Vladimir Brooks Wilmers in lane 6. Omar Somerville Mannings lane 5. Tien Dunkley Calabar lane 4. Philip Martin Jamaica College lane 3. Ferncourt's Leonard Hawthorne in 2. And lane 1 vacant at the moment. It should have been Jamaica College's Marco Callaghan. So they're called to their marks for a second time. This is the Queen's Grace Jackson track meet on StrideVisionTV. Yours truly, Dwight Fraser, alongside
Roger Hasfall.
And as Roger said earlier on, he was giving out some results. We'll get back to the results too of the girls section. So away they go, second time of asking. And immediately making the break on them is the athlete Omar Somerville of Manning's out there in lane 5. We keep the camera on him momentarily, but also too, Wilmer's boys Vladimir Brooks seem to be interested in digging in the early fractions and dashing to the front immediately. Well, a Kingston College athlete now leads, his name not on our paper, but Casey leading at the moment and opening up a good advantage, make that at least a 10-meter advantage over the closest athletes to him. And into the straightaway they come. We look now at Calabar's Etienne Dunkley turning on the afterburners into the straightaway. Maybe the athlete of Kingston College went out a little bit too hard. Calabar's Dunkley have a whole lot left in the tank, but holding on, the athlete of Kingston College will have won it. Calabar, a good fight to the finish, Raj.
Yes, he went at it throughout the first 250 meters, coming around with a healthy lead, but somehow when you call it hitting the wall in the 400 meters, he hit that wall, and the man from Calabar began to closing in rapidly, and just when you thought that maybe the man from Calabar would have reeled him in, the line came, the man from KC held on for the win in that race.
52.97 the winning time, Raj. The replay. All right, maybe we won't want the time for that. And the next event is section 3. But 52.97 the winning time, Raj, for the athlete in purple. And the athlete of Calabar, Tien Dunkley, 53.23 for third place. Or second place, that is. And finishing third in 55.4 seconds would be Arthorn. So we move now into section 3 of 4. In lane 1 should be Alex Pattison of Rhodes Hall. Lane 2, Samuel Creary, Jamaica College. Lane 3, Anthony Lawrence Lacovia. Lane 4, Robert Miller Calabar. Lane 5, Xavier Rose and Jago. Lane 6, Rajon McIntosh JC. Lane 7, Xavier Alex Graham of Wilmers. And in lane 8, Milton Pinedo of Greater Portmore. And this is one of the tough events, Raj, at Champs, but also to one of the most sought after events at Champs on the Friday evening.
Yeah, normally 400 meters. Yeah. Taj O'Neill Gardner. Taj O'Neill Gardner, the man from Kingston College, he was the thanks coach, Kingston College coach, Leaford Grant.
Yes.
Taj
O'Neill
Gardner, the man from Kingston College, winning that
in 52.97 seconds. But a good event to look forward to, Roger, Champs on the Friday evening.
Yeah, this is a Saturday race as well. Yeah.
Yes, a Saturday evening. Yes, I was confusing with the 400 meter hurdles.
Here's where now things begin to get really exciting.
At this stage of the afternoon too. So away they go. And there's a second gun, which means the athlete must...
The man from Jamaica College appears to have slipped.
That is Philip, I'll tell you, Samuel Creary.
He slipped in the blocks, and then here we are again. Let us see.
Looking back at...
And keep your eyes fixed to the left side of the screen as we await to see the replay. As still awaiting to see. Here we go. And they're in the set position now.
Oh, right. Yes. In this case, Roger, would it be if the athlete slipped or
no?
The block?
If it's a clear issue with the blocks or something, they would call them back.
Right. To see,
as is the case now.
Yes. See the starter having words with him, and also to the official. But he wasn't shown the yellow card in this instance.
I was just spoken to, as is the case in most of these development meets.
Right. Away they go. Second time of asking. No trouble this time for the Jamaica College athlete Philip Martin. And immediately now we look to Lacovia's Anthony Lawrence and Calabar's Robert Miller. On the outside two of Greater Portmore, Milton Pinedo making most of the running. The camera is on Pinedo. Might be the one to catch. Yes, it is. At least some 25 meters advantage over the athlete of Calabar gone second, and that is Robert Miller. Miller will seek to close the gap now on Pinedo of Greater Portmore, as they run up now on to 120 meters to go and make that final turn for home. The athlete of Calabar is closing fast. Miller also to on the inside from Jamaica College. Samuel Query in lane 2 now steps on the gas and pulls away from the rest of the pack. He's now the one to catch up. Calabar and Greater Portmore fades into second place. Jamaica College winning 52-69 through at that time. Samuel Query and the athlete of Greater Portmore would have finished second, Roger, and Calabar ended third.
All right, so a good run there from the man from Jamaica College. Showed great sprint endurance, looking quite comfortable in holding that sprint form in the final 50 meters. And not one of those cases where you're seeing the athlete fighting just book the he was one of them. He was looking quite smooth in his overall execution. And here he is now, as you see, showing still good form, good arm pump. And there he is now showing good sprint endurance.
Yes, yes.
As you can see, well trained, no grimace on the face at all. And here he comes now, the man from Jamaica College, not a grimace at all, as he now leans for the line and winning comfortably. All right, so I want to say a special shout out from Michael Evans all the way over there in Germany, Medea. All right, so good to have you on Stride Vision. Of course, it's overall part of the Stride Vision Athletic Series here on StrideVisionTV, here at the Queen's Grace Jackson Track and Field Meet. Of course, named in honor of one of our great Olympians, Grace Jackson.
Yes, who was part of that Queen's team that...
The last corporate era team to actually win girls' championships.
1979?
In 1978.
78 it was?
Yes.
Okay.
And a certain individual by the name of Olive Deans.
Yes. Who is now...
captain.
Who is now Olive McNaughton.
Captain of the team.
Yes.
And Grace Jackson, a critical member of that Queen's relay team, the last, or rather Queen's athletic team, the last corporate era school to win girls champs back in 1978. From there on in, it was all very technical for about a decade and a half.
Oh.
Until that streak was broke by Manchester High in the mid-90s.
Yes, because Veer went on at least 15 years.
15 straight, yes.
Yes, with the Turner sisters.
Yeah, a lot of greats coming through.
Yeah, Ines
Beverly
Turner.
McDonald's, Catherine Scott, the Ethlyn Tates, outstanding sprinter over there in the 80s. And Merle Notty, Merle Notty, she was a part of that overall starting of the dynasty there for Veer.
Yes, in the late 70s.
Right. And the dynasty held right through until 1994. The trend broke by Manchester High. And Manchester High won 2 straight.
It was a quarter time at Manchester.
Mr. Bolt, Leecroft Bolt. A man named Mr. Leecroft Bolt.
He was at St. Andrews first.
He came to St. Andrew in the latter part of the 90s.
Right.
Yeah.
So his transition would have been from Manchester to St. Andrews.
He's back at St. Andrews.
Yeah,
I saw him last week. And
yes, I saw him last week as well.
He's back at St. Andrew. So, so we're speaking about that trend broken by Manchester High.
Yes.
And then St. Jago, that dominant St. Jago team of the latter part of the 90s now. Raymond Casey coach.
Right, yes, Raymond Casey
High,
yes.
producing the likes of a Melaine Walker, the only sprinter to have defeated Veronica Campbell-Brown over 200 meters, 1 year at champs.
Yes.
And we all know the story between those two. Both of them would have gone on to win Olympic gold medals.
Indeed. Melanie Walker in the 4 hurdles and Veronica Campbell-Brown in the 200 meters, as well as the 4x100 meters.
Right.
Veronica Campbell-Brown, 21.74. in the 2004 she ran 22:04 to win gold in Athens, Greece.
Yes.
And then 21:74 4 years later
Beijing.
in Beijing.
When the Jamaican juggernaut came to the party
in 2008.
The Bird's Nest.
Oh Lord.
In 2008, a legendary year in Jamaica's athletics, one never to be forgotten. The starting of the golden era of Jamaican athletics.
So, our names in the picture. Yours truly, Dwight Fraser, along with Roger Asphalt. So 6 athletes in this one. Into the set position. This is a section 4 of the boys 400 meters class 3 event. Away they go. Good start. Calabars, Javier Patton steps on the gas immediately, and also to Excelsior's DeMarco Bennett. Going with Bennett from Fogo Road is Paul Henry, and Kingston College in there as well. Not seeing the name of the athlete on paper, but look to Ravens Rashad Buckle in the middle of the track, and down the back stretch they go with the athlete of Excelsior, Demara Bennett, and getting some. Rashad Buckle and Bennett are the two ones battling out at the moment. So Bennett, Buckle and Henry, Fogo Road, Ravens and Excelsior into the straightaway they come. And the athlete on the inside from Woolman, Shamar Malcolm, is totally out of this. But in the middle of the track, competitor 190, DeMarco Bennett of Excelsior, powers through. Good arm drive, Raj. 52.67 the flash time. And Excelsior's, I make that Rashad Buckle would have finished second.
So Excelsior Eagles coming to the party this afternoon here at Stadium East. We know Coach David Riley have been doing good work down there over the past maybe close to a decade now, and producing great 400-meter runners and great hurdlers as well. And here we are seeing the Excelsior athletes in the 400 meters coming to the party here. Of course, if you remember the last 2 years,
yes,
they would have been the 4x400 meters winner at Champs. Albeit last year they crossed the finish line in second place, but they eventually were awarded the winner for the second year in a row, following the disqualification of Jamaica College in that 400 meters, 4x400 meters at Champs. But the bigger picture, Excelsior doing great work with their athletes, especially over 400 meters and the 400 meter hurdles, and their hurdles program as well is doing quite well.
Indeed.
And David Riley doing great work down there at Excelsior. Of course, Excelsior, they...
Along with Mr. Vassal as well, who's in charge of the girls and the throws.
And the throws, right. And Excelsior, do you remember, Excelsior is one of only 2 schools that have won boys and girls champs. The other being St. Jago.
Oh yes, yes,
so,
yes.
And they have been saying that they have been doing good rebuilding. So let's see how things pan out this year again.
Of course, the athlete I remember from Excelsior, Roger, that went on to international stardom and recognition, Gregory Orton, with that brilliant somersault, that World Championship.
In 1996.
1996 World Championship.
In fact, it was the
Olympics. Yes,
in Atlanta.
Yeah, because I was saying there was no World Championship in 96. The World Championship would have been before that in 95.
Right, he also won bronze in the 400 meters in 2000 behind his training partner, the man.
Roxbert Martin?
No, man, from USA.
All right, we'll get back to that in just a bit. So they go away with the Michael Johnson's was. So this now is the Class 2 boys 400 meters event. So Prince Martin of Jamaica College lies in second place, but Ferncourt Tariq Moody, the marginal leader in white, and make that burgundy shorts. So Ferncourt's Moody and Jamaica College's Prince Martin are the 2 athletes at the moment leading the rest of the pack. They've got just about 110 meters to go, and into the straightaway, competitor 347, Prince Martin of Jamaica College, powering now, and leaving is competitor Tariq Moody of Ferncourt in his wake. Moody trying hard, but it's Prince Martin who will snatch the victory, 52-36 Raj.
Prince Will Martin, a man who would have made Jamaica College quite proud last year, a man who would have garnered a lot of points, and he is expected to carry a lot of points again for Jamaica College this year, Prince Will Martin. And he comes across here 52.43, the winning time there for Jamaica College. Prince Will Martin. And Jamaica College now appears to be coming to the party here at the Queen's Grace Jackson meet. Special shout out to the man from New York. Who is that? Yardy? Or Yarda? Yeah. So experiencing 10 inches of snow as we speak.
Oh my Lord. And we're exactly in New York, is that right?
Well, they are saying the East Coast.
The East Coast,
I would
yes.
expect from right down, you know, and what has been termed the bombogenesis.
Yes.
Snowstorm.
I've never heard that word in all my life.
Yes.
But
it's a real word.
Yes, a real word, yes.
Yes.
Not a curse word, in case somebody might be wondering. Because when you brought the article to my attention earlier on, Raj, I was a bit coward in stating it. But then, being journalists as we are, and if you get the information from a trusted source, then you cross-check it, Raj, as we would do.
Right, so it is being termed the bombogenesis
snowstorm. Can you spell that?
bombogenesis. You can Google it if you want. But that's the scientific term of what is happening on the East Coast of the United States as we speak.
And we ask our friends, our families, our colleagues, and the entire East Coast to just stay safe.
Stay warm.
Because 10 inches of snow, Roger, is no joke.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been to Pittsburgh. I mean, you have been to New Jersey. You have been to New York, Roger. You have been to Philadelphia. You have seen it all.
I would say I've seen it all. I've seen quite a few.
Yeah. I remember getting up one morning while in Pittsburgh, and when I look outside and saw the snow on the ground, Roger, I wish that the vehicles that take me to work would never come. I said, why me, Lord?
Well, what is happening now is maybe even worse.
Yeah.
Up there, so
oh my gosh.
So we hope we can bring some sunshine and warm weather through your screens and in the palm of your hands through your cell phones and tablets and so on here at the Grace Jackson Queens meet here in Kingston, Jamaica.
And this is where some people really miss home now, Roger.
Well, the only way we can help you is just send you pictures.
All right, so we have Alex Graham, Spot Valley in 1, Aiden Wilkins, Wilmers in 2, Jane Joseph, Full Road in 3, Mowalmo Thomas, Bridgeport 4, Moen Boyd of Ravens in 5, Darian Mattis, Lacovia in 6, Jamar Davis of Vere Technical runs out of lane 7, and Jabari Branchy of Jamaica College runs out of lane 8. So Graham, Watkin, Joseph, Thomas, Boyd, Mattis, Davis, Branchy are the athletes in this one. Not too sure as to why the start would have called them back, Raj. Didn't see anything unforeseen. At least not with our naked eyes.
See Mr. Powell, track official. Apparently the man there in lane 4 might have had some issue with his blocks.
And so a yellow card, it is, Roger, that is shown to the athlete of Fogo Road, Jadane Joseph. So Spot Valley Wilmers, Fogo Road, Bridgeport Ravens, Lacovia, Vere and JC. On their marks. Into the set position. A loaded field gone for the second time of asking, and immediately we look to the athlete of their technical, Damar Davis, and Lovia's Damar Mattis looking strong early, and JC's Jabari Branchy out there as well, gone in lane 8. Very technical Jamar Davis doing some catching to hold back the Jamaica College athlete. Those two are far in front, and getting into the thick of things, Jadane Joseph of Fogo Road in the green shorts And yellow top, Jamaica College's Branchy. Branchy now assumes the lead with at least a 3-meter advantage. And the athlete of their technical, Jabari Davis, competitor 871, holding on for dear life as both athletes turn now and ahead for home. It's 1-2 Jamaica College and Ver 871. That's the athlete of their technical with a slight advantage. Jamaica College's Branchy will have to catch him today as they head towards the line. Branchy the winner, Roger, and Jamaica College, well, make that Davis the winner and Branchy second.
Between 200 and 350, it was a stride for stride battle between the man from Ver and the man from Jamaica College. Somehow a little extra in that closing 50 meters and held on for the win by a step. And as we see the replay now, man from Ver coming through, find a little greater sprint strength, winning by 2 steps, and eventually to a keen little tussle in the mid-race.
You know, some friends of mine asked me in Dubai, and they were watching, why is it that Roger Asphalt was making game at my track career? And I didn't give Roger the entire story. Where was I exactly, Roger, in the story some 3 weeks ago at JC when I spoke about my track career? When you laughed me to scorn.
I think I was only remembering when you said the highlight of your career was cheering for your friends.
And that was part of the highlights.
Yeah, that's what I remember. That's what stood out for me.
Oh, that's what stood out.
I can't remember anything.
No, that's okay. Well, we won't be going there this afternoon. Don't worry about it. You did say somebody gave a bless up from Germany. Actually, in Germany, the time now is what, Roger?
Berlin, 7:48 p.m.
So that's what, 12 minutes to 2 Saturday night. No, well, 12 minutes to 8 Saturday evening, I beg pardon.
6 hours away.
Yeah. And in Sydney, Australia, it's 5:48 Sunday morning. And in Toronto, 1:49, the same time as Kingston. So Roger Asphalt will be coming in shortly with some other races. This is section 3. Wilmer's Gary Card in 3. And York Castle's Tash Neil Christie in 6. And Calabar. Yes. Derville Jackson out there running in lane 7. So 4 athletes in this one, Roger. But Jackson of Calabar, that is Derville Jackson of Calabar, immediately opens up at least a 3-meter gap on the rest of the pack. And Wilmer's Gary Card goes in chase. So the battle will be between these two. It's Calabar's Derville Jackson and Wilmer's Gary Card, which says what's on the card for this one. And getting into the fray too is the athlete of St. Jago. Don't have his name on paper. Let me double check. Johnny Barrett it is of Ravens. But Wilmer's athlete seems stronger, Gary Card. And he pumps and pushes away the rest of the field. 50.91. Wow! Roger, the fastest time so far in this class.
Okay, Wilmer's track program, always a very good one. And we're seeing some good 400 meters running. Card at 50.91, the fastest time of the day here. As he, for a short while, in a tussle with the man over there in lane 1, St. Jago, but he just kept pulling away after that stride for stride battle. And in the final 50 meters, it was all about the man from Wilmer's. So
this was the lineup earlier, Roger.
There were your athletes from
and
section 3.
That was section 3. We're looking at the screen now, and it was Wilmer's was Gary Card who won it in the fastest time of the afternoon, Roger.
So far,
50.91. Yes. All right, so we go now into section 4, and then after this, Roger will come back with 4 other races before we finish up class 2. So Dante Orr of Titchfield should run in lane 1. Lane 1 is vacant. So in lane 2, Malachi Needham there. Looking in Bridgeport into lane 3, Bridgeport, Shaquem Ebanks is there. In lane 4, Amel Green of Fogo Road is present. Khalil Marshall, Jamaica College, represented as well. Jordan Miller, Excelsior, is in lane 6. And Nicardo Gray Clark of Wilmers running out of lane 7. Hopefully we'll be getting some pictures out of North America where the snow is concerned. Away they go. First time of asking the athlete of Wilmers, looking large and in charge. So early in the contest. Clark Gray it is. He establishes himself, now opening up at least a 3-meter advantage over Khalil Marshall of Jamaica College, gone second. Glancing slightly over his shoulder, and the gap is open much too wide for them to catch him at this stage, except that he might run out of gas, perhaps at 150. We'll wait to see what's happening. He went out a little bit too fast, too early, but maybe that is game plan. This is the athlete of Wilmers, Nicardo Gray Clark. He's the one to catch. Competitor 929 at the top of the straight and turning for home now. Looks down at his legs. Might be winded just a bit and closing fast is the athlete of St. Jacob, Malachi Needham. As they've got just done 40 meters to go, they close towards the line and it's Wilmers, Nicardo Gray. He's strong enough to finish, Roger. 52.19. I thought, Roger, that he was running out of gas.
Well, his race strategy was to give it all, his all, for as much as possible in the race. He did for about 300 meters, which really opened the gap. That's one way of running the 400-meter hurdles, or rather the 400 meters. And as you saw, when he came into the straight, he hit that wall, and the face began to grimace, head going all over the place, and up and down. He was dying, literally dying, but he
begging for the line to
held on. And that's just one of the ways in which the 400 meters, the other way which you can save it all in tank and then give it your all in the final 100 meters. But he really left it all. And at the end, he held on with all that face grimace and all that struggle. He eventually won. We are into section 5 of this class 2 boys 400 meters, and among the competitors in this event we are seeing a depleted field so far. Let's see, we see the man there from Calabar in lane 3. In lane 4, it's Daniel Hamilton of Rossies. In 5, it's Shavan Jarrett of Titchfield. Jaheim Ellington of Bustamante High in 7. And out there, Joshua Wint from William Nib in 8. So those are your competitors. So we see lane 3, 4.
On your mark.
So lane 3, 4, 6, and 8. Those are your competitors. And off they go. So Rickle Reed of Calabar speeds alongside his competitor Rossies, Hamilton, and he goes to work. So Titchfield's Jarrett is there, and Wint of William Nib out there as well. But the man from Calabar in your picture, he is leading comfortably around at the top of the curve. Shavan Jarrett of Titchfield out there. So it's a tussle now. Into the straightaway they come. Calabars. Raquel Reed. Chevon Jarrett of Titchfield in second. Striding towards the line. Raquel Reed of Calabar. Ahead of Chevon Jarrett of Titchfield. Joshua Wint of William Knibb. And Danielo Hamilton of Rossies rounding out the finishers there. 51.84 seconds. The time there for Raquel of Calamar. Raquel Reed. So 51.34 for the man from Calamar.
That's or make that 51.84.
51.84. Second Jarrett. So that was the completion of the fifth section of the boys class 2 400 meters. The time to beat is the 50.91 by K. Ricard of Wolmer's. So we head over now to section 6, and it appears there's a full field based on our sheet we have here. So lane 1 we have Tyreek Robinson of Greater Portmore. In 2 is Jaheim Charlton of Spot Valley. In 3 is Nathaniel Sinclair of the Manning School. Jindu Powell of St. George's in 4. Ryan Sterling of Jamaica College in 5. Kimari Melbourne of Dintil in 6. And Sanjay Seymour of William Knibb in 7. Those are your competitors in this section 6 of the boys class 2 400 meters. On their marks. Just to remind you, you're watching the Stride Vision Athletics Series. It's the 20th staging of the Grace Jackson Queens track meet here at Stadium East. And off they go. It's a level break. And making his move quite early is a man from Jamaica College, Raheem Sterling. Jaws alongside the man from Dintil, Kimani Melbourne. And the man from JC Sterling now going to work. Left the others in his trail, including the likes of Melbourne from Dintil, Sanjay Seymour of William Knibb, and Sinclair of Mannings, and Charlton of Spot Valley. Jamaica College's Ryan Sterling now still with a comfortable lead. Coming around with 300 meters remaining. St. George's Jindu Powell in second place, and on the inside it's Greater Portmore's Tyreek Robinson. But it's all about the man from Jamaica College right now, Ryan Sterling, showing good sprinting form to cross the line in a flash time, 52.10. And coming in second there was the man from Dintil, Kimari Melbourne, and over there Jindu Powell from St. George's College, 52.09. Second, it's Kimani Melbourne, Sanjay Seymour. So there he's in your picture. Still a little bit way to go, but quite comfortable winning. The man from Jamaica College. Ryan Sterling, Sanjay Seymour, and man from St. George's were battling it out for the minor spots. So it's Seymour and Powell, second and third. So that was section 6 of the boys class 2 400 meters. As we are saying, your so we are on to section 7, class 2 boys 400 meters. Javon Samuels of St. Jago in 1. Nassine Spence of Mannings in 2. Odari Hume of Foker Road in 3. Jenard Thomas of Bridgeport in 4. Raheem Collins of St. George's College, he's in 5. Roshan Lee, Kingston College in 6. And Rayon Joseph of Spot Valley, he's in 7. Those are your competitors for this 7th section of the boys 400 meters class 2. All right, so let's see, there may be a couple of missing athletes from lane 4 and lane 5. All right. So, on their marks, in the set position, and off they go. At the top of your screen, the man from Spot Valley. And he goes to work. Rashawn Lee of Kingston College now comes into your picture and takes the lead now. It's all about Kingston College. Rashawn Lee leaving all others in his wake, including the likes of Javon Samuels of St. Jago and Nassine Spence of Mannings. Rashawn Lee of Kingston College, all alone in your picture. Spot Valerie and Joseph out there in lane 8. Lee's all about Lee. St. Jago's Javon Samuels in the middle of your picture there at the top. But Lee is pulling away all the time, opening up daylight, winning by 15 meters over Javon Samuels of St. Jago and Ryan Joseph of Spot Valley. 52.98 the flash time there for Rashawn Lee of Kingston College. Official time 53.04. Samuels second. So there you are. Look at the man from Kingston College. It's all about him in this race. Slowing down eventually. And that was their flash time initially. 52.98. And that's it for section 7 of the boys. Class 2 for 100 meters. All right, so we are on to section 8 now. We have 5 competitors listed. All right. So on our paper here, we have Roisin Smith of Lacovia. We have Randane James of William Knibb. There is Antonio Willoughby of Wolmer's Boys. Brandon Harris of Ravens. And Damian McLean of Vere. Those are your competitors on our list here. And off they go. And man out there from lane number 2. But in the middle of the pack is a man from St. Jago. It's all about him. Ravens on our list. But there he goes. Not having a name to give you, unfortunately. And it's all about this man from St. Jago. And on his inside, there from 2, Roisin Smith of Lacovia. And he pulls alongside him now. And the 2 athletes are bouncing about it now. So down to the wire they are coming. And the man from St. Jago wins it in the end ahead of Roisin Smith of Lacovia, 50.85. The flash time there. Harris, the name of their winner. So having some mix-up with the heat sheets and what is on the track. but he tried to give it to you as best as possible. And the man from St. Jago, Harris, 50.83, the winner. And Lacovia's Rasheen Smith, no doubt, is the man taking the second place there. As you see in your replay, they were going at it stride for stride for a while. It was a ding-dong battle. 1 minute it was Smith, another minute it was Harris, and in the end Harris held on for the win. So we head on now to section 1 of the boys class 4. Class 1 rather, 400 meters. So this field looks a bit depleted. Not seen an athlete in what? 4. Okay. So we have seen an athlete there in lane 1, the man from Calabar, Julian Francis. In 2, it's Adante Morgan of Lacovia. No athlete there in lane 3. Should have been Quintin McLean of William Knibb. Raheem Asher of Glenmuir in 4. Radin Dukan, Bustamante in 5. Kemar Davis of Ferncourt in 6. Amari Brown of Woolmer's Boys in 7. And out there in lane 8, Roburn
Walker. But you can scratch lane 4, Roger. Raheem Asher is absent.
So off they go. A level break. And going to work is the man from Bustamante, Rodin Dukan. He holds the lead for the moment. Beside him is the man from Ferncourt, Kemar Baker. Roburn Walker of Jamaica College at the top though. Looks as if he has a clean lead. Based on the stagger, he's holding very strong at 200 meters. The chasing pack tries to reeling in, including the man from Lacovia, Adante Morgan. Also the man from Bustamante, Dukan. Dukan is there still, but Jamaica College's Roburn Walker, he's robustly holding on to that lead. Closing the gap is Ferncourt's Kemar Davis. But it's all about Roburn Walker of Jamaica College winning by 8. The closing pack include the man there from Woolmer's Amari Brown, and the others in the other pack, Lacovia's Adante Morgan and Ferncourt's Kemar Davis. 51.23. The official time there for Roburn Walker of Jamaica College. And second place there going to Davis from Ferncourt. But here is all about the man from Jamaica College in your picture. Coming across the line in just under 8 meters. Ferncourt and Woolmer's battling out for second and third. Ferncourt eventually winning that second spot. The man, Kemar Davis, ahead of Amari Brown of Woolmer's Boys.
So if you train your eyes on the screen, Roger will have the commentary for this one. Is Ryan Campbell in lane 1, but lane 1 vacant at the moment, so make that lane 2 Travier Eccleston, Spot Valley. And no athlete in lane 3, so in lane 4 it will be Emmanuel Rotomea of Kingston College. No athlete there, Roger, in lane 5, none in 6, none in 7, or let me double check. Yes, there's an athlete in lane 7. Yes,
in lane 7.
Walk in lane 7 and
Justin Finnegan
in lane 8.
In lane 8.
So
no
4 athletes. So no lane 1.
So no lane 1, lone lane 3, 6 and 7. So they're on their marks. And off they go, the man from Kingston College, Emmanuel Rotomia. He is the one to beat in this race, but also DeAndre Watkins. So this could be an interesting race. So it's Watkins from Jamaica College, Rotomia of Kingston College, Sport Valley's Trevere Eccleston, the man from Jamaica College, alone at the top now. Let's see where the man from Kingston College is. Nowhere yet in your picture. So DeAndre Watkin, rather, of Jamaica College, but closing now is Emmanuel Rotomia of Kingston College. Now he pulls alongside DeAndre Watkin of Jamaica College. That key little tussle. So they are going stride for stride. Watkins comes back into the thick of things and wins it, crossing the line just ahead of Rotomia of Kingston College. So that looks to be an interesting battle.
And look at the time, Roger, 47:36. No, that is definitely a statement quite early from the athlete of Jamaica College, Roger.
Yes, this looks as if this is going to be an interesting battle from here on in.
And we can look back at the battle here at the replay, Roger. Yeah. When you're coming off the corner, Roger, the athlete of Kingston College was really closing fast.
Yes, he closed the gap. He just had a slight step, but Watkin pulled another gear, and you could literally see him shifting into another gear just to make sure that he crossed the line ahead of Rotomia of Kingston College. So, based on what we're seeing here, 47:32, 47:55 for the man from JC and the man from KC.
Rotomia.
This is going to be an interesting little matchup going further into the season.
Of course, many persons are happy, Roger, with our coverage on Stride Vision. You look at the instant replay, Roger. You also look at the different camera angles and also to the graphics on the screen. So we're improving as the days go by. This now is the draw for lane for section 3 of 12 in the boys class 1 400 meters. Omar Palmer should be in lane 1. He represents Rhodes Hall. In lane 2, Andre Hammond, Bustamante. In lane 3, Javel Wright, Very Technical. Jaheim Stern of Jamaica College, Fervit Opus in Campus runs out of lane 4. In lane 5, Elardo Caltas, Mannings. Calabar's Mark Manley runs out of 6. Requen Graham, Wilmer's Boys of Ever Circle in lane 7. And in lane 8, from JC, the defending champions, Jaden Brown, representing JC, running out of lane 8. At the moment, though, Roger, lanes 1, 2, and 3 occupied, but lanes 4 and 5 is vacant. Lane 6 and lane 7 along with lane 8 represented.
All right, so Omar Palmer.
No lane 8.
Off Rhodes Hall. And off they go. It's a level break. Jael Wright of Veer Technical. And Calabar's Manley. Manley now appears to have the lead. He comes alongside the man from Woolmer's, Raheem Graham. So the top 3. Mark Manley, Raheem Graham, and also the man from Jamaica College, Jaheim Stern. So here they come around now, the top curve. On the outside, the man from Jamaica College, Jaden Brown. On the inside, it's the man from Calabar, Manley. So it's now Brown from Jamaica College and Manley from Calabar, and also there Jael Wright of there, but Jaden Brown of Jamaica College. So Jamaica College throwing down statement here, coming to the party after we saw a couple of Kingston College wins earlier in the 400-meter hurdles. Now we are seeing a number of Jamaica College victories in the 400 meters. A quick double here for Jamaica College. We saw DeAndre Watkin winning the second section. And we now see Jaden Brown of Jamaica College winning this section. And he crossed the line out there in lane 8. So 50, the winning time slipped us, 48.68 for Jaden Brown. The winning time there. All right, just to remind you that we still have some results in which you may very well be interested in. Of course, we are seeing the boys competing in this afternoon section. We have the girls this morning.
So here we go, Roger. We have in lane 1, all right, Brian Roach Lacovia. Lane 2, Jaheim White Bustamante. In 3, Tejon Wisdom GC Foster College. In lane 4, Trevon Prince Jamaica College is one to watch, as well as Joshua Hyde Woolmers in lane 5. In relation to the Hyde brothers, John T. Grant unattached.
So there's no lane 2 and no lane 3. All right, so off they go. At the top, it's St. Jago's Raheem Pinnock. He goes to work quite early and extends the gap on the pack, and he's motoring along, showing strong running. Raheem Pinnock of St. Jago. There he is in your picture. Behind him is the pack, including Montague Griffiths up there and Joshua Hyde of Woolmer's Boys. So coming around now, coming up beside the man from St. Jago, Raheem Pinnock. On the inside there, the man from lane 1, Lacovia, Brian Roach. Roach now pulls alongside him, and Roach grabs the lead in lane 1. Here is Roach now coming in your picture. He's all alone at the moment. It's Lacovia's Brian Roach. Long-time leader Raheem Pinnock under pressure for second place. But Pinnock will have to satisfy for second as the gap. John T. Grant coming in there for third. But the man from Lacovia, St. Elizabeth, Brian Roach, 52, well, 49.16 for the man from Lacovia, Brian Roach. And Raheem Pinnock of St. Jago, long-time leader, only getting caught at about 60 meters to go. And there he's in your picture now, the man from Lacovia, Roach, winning.
So we're going to section 5 in just a bit, Roger. But the time for Roach, 49.16. And the results are coming thick and fast, and the races are going off as quickly as possible too, Roger.
Right, this field looks as if it might be a full one. We'll tell you momentarily. But what we do know is that this is section 5 of 12. The boys class 1, 400 meters.
Yes.
Emil Gordon of Bustamante will run from lane 1. 2, Amal Glasgow, Kingston College.
He's there as well. He's reported.
3 is Deshaun Gordon of Ravens.
Seeing 3 being vacant at the moment, Raj.
So no lane 3, which should have been Raven or Ravens, Deshaun Gordon.
Well, correction to that, the athlete is just walking back.
So is it Ravens is St. Jago, basically?
Yes, it's St. Jago, yes.
All right. Then we have Derek Grant, Ferncourt.
Yes, in 4
should
he's
be
there.
the favorite in this race. Malik Wright from St. Jago.
He's
in
reported
5.
as well, yes.
Shamari White of Rhodes Hall in 6.
Not there.
So no White of Rhodes Hall. LeBron James of Jamaica College.
He's represented.
Not that LeBron James in the NDA.
No, not
LeBron
at all.
James of JC. And Omarion Briscoe of Mannings in lane number 8. In the set position, no lane 8. So off they go. So the man from Ferncourt, the one to watch. Derek Grant. He goes to work. Beside him is Malik Wright of St. Jago. And the man from Ravens, also of St. Jago, Deshaun Gordon. So they go to work now. On the inside, it's Deshaun Gordon of Raven St. Jago, and Kingston College's Amal Glasgow comes into the picture as well. And Gordon of Kingston College now steps up. So St. Jago's Deshaun Gordon comes into the picture. A lot of grimacing we are seeing now into the picture now. The man from Kingston College holding on to the lead. But here comes Derek Grant from Ferncourt now finding something special in this last 50 meters, pulling alongside the pack, And pulling away to win comfortably, 48.05. Grant from Ferncourt. Looking quite good in winning this event. He should be a favorite to take a medal at the boys' champs this year. So Grant left it late, and we are seeing some grimaces there on the faces of a number of the athletes. The man from lane 2 also came into your picture, Bustamante. But it's all about Grant winning by 4 meters. Ferncourt will have their time in the sun out there in Claremont St. Anne.
All right.
So, that's about it for me for now. Over to you, Mr. Fraser.
Well, thank you so much again, Raj. That's about it for you for now, meaning that you have retired for the afternoon, or? No, not at all. Kalyan Vitalis, Kingston College, runs out of lane 1. In lane 2, Levon Douglas, Calabar, looked on your screen. In lane 3, Excelsior's Rural Campbell. In lane 4, Sean Gardner, Jamaica College. In 5 is Manuel Hay, unattached. Ferncourt, Ryan Jackson in 6. Shamor Hines of Steertown in 7. And Raheem Richards, based on our paper, is running for Kingston College. This is a loaded field, Roger, and what can you expect from a field that is loaded? You can always expect great things. The athlete of Calabar running there out of lane 2, that is Levon Douglas, and also to the athlete of Excelsior, Ruel Campbell, should be the ones to watch in this particular one. The gauntlets have already been thrown down. And a 47.32 run by DeAndre Watkin of Jamaica College, the fastest time of the afternoon so far. Away they go, first time of asking, and immediately we see the athlete of Steertown, Shanmore Hines, immediately stepping up. Kingston College's Raheem Stern is gone, opening up at least now a 6 or 7 meters advantage. Going in chase is Steertown's Shanmore Hines and Ryan Jackson of Ferncourt. Jamaica College in the thick of things, Sean Gardner, as well as Excelsior Ruel Campbell in mid-pack. So they've gone now just about 300 and make that about 350 meters, 150 to go as they come on the corner now. And Kingston College leading at the moment with Raheem Richards, and on the inside Excelsior Eagles, Royal Campbell is flying. He's in lane 3 and now steps on the gas with a slight advantage, leaving Raheem Richards in his wake. Excelsior's Royal Campbell, competitor 192, grimacing and powering towards the line, 48.43. Kingston College finishing in 2nd and 3rd, Roger.
Yes, Excelsior showing their mettle yet again. And it will be interesting to see some of those times that will be competing for the top spots in this time final event. And it was all about the man from Excelsior showing great composure. He came toward the line as the Kingston College duo taking the 2nd and 3rd places
in this one.
48. Uh, 48.44 for Campbell.
The winner.
Hay 51.56 and Gardner 52.
Finishing 2nd was Ruel Campbell. Well, finishing
yes, be competing at the Milrose Games a little later on, or should be in the afternoon here in the Milrose Games.
In New York?
All right.
Okay. That's
The
an indoor
Armory,
meeting?
yes. Also competing is Brianna Williams.
Yes.
Natoya Gould will be among the competitors as well. Christopher Taylor. Those are some of the athletes. About 6 Jamaicans will be competing.
Right. So when somebody had asked on our YouTube page, where's Brianna should be running there in the United States today, and we didn't see Tina Clayton, they were asking for her as well on our YouTube page. She didn't compete for Edwin Allen this morning. I was here at the morning session.
you know, there's another meet taking place in central Jamaica, so you just never know what's
Yes,
happening over that
if
side.
she might be competing there with Mr. Dyke and the rest of the cast. This is now section 7 of the 12 of the Class 1 boys 400 meters. Clark, DePass, Brown, Robinson, Atkins, Stahl, Crooks, McLeod and Chamberlain. Away they go. First time of asking. 5 athletes I've reported. Make that lanes 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. In a little while they'll sort themselves out and we'll tell you. Lacovia's Antoine Robinson. Atkins, Stahl of Wilmers held a slight advantage earlier, but now the athlete of Lacovia, Antoine Robinson, on his inside, now digging into the thick of things. Also interested is Roshane McLeod of Mannings and Jamaica College in there as well, through Zachary Chamberlain. These are early days, and still the fight it is as they make that final turn. Jamaica College, Zachary Chamberlain on the inside. They listed him as lane 8. They have him running out of lane 1. Well, it was actually Roshan Clark, correction, of Camperdown in full black, and not Zachary Chamberlain of Jamaica College. Chamberlain never reported. So Clark of Camperdown, the winner, Roger, 49.56.
Roshan Clark of 400-meter hurdles fame, stepping down into the 400 meters to test, no doubt, his endurance and sprint. And formerly of Camperdown, Roshan Clark, national representative as well in the 400-meter hurdles. 49.55, the flash time there. And man from Lacovia there running into second. And that's that for that. So
yes,
Roshan Clark of 400-meter hurdles fame.
Camperdown, 49.56. Second, Lacovia's Antoine Robinson, 50.92, and third, Roger, was Wilmer's Dominic Akinstall, 51.32. So we move now to section 8 of 12. A lot of 400s today, Roger.
Yes, it's, the Grace Jackson meet dominated by 200 and 400 meters. Of course, this is the event that the naming of the event in which it's the honor named of Saint, or rather Miss Grace Jackson,
Olympian.
Yes, she would have been a dominant 200 meters, 400 meters runner back in her day.
Ran in the 1980 and 84 Olympics.
Yeah, she ran in the 84 games and the 88 games.
Right.
Finalist in both.
Both the 200 meters
and the 100 meters.
Yes.
I remember she was a sprinter. She held the national 400 meter record for a while as well. And no doubt the meet named in her honor. And of course, the dominant races, 200, 400 meters, these are the races in which she would have been competing in her career.
So lane 2, 4, 6 and 7 being occupied. 4 athletes only in this one of some 6 competitors on paper. So Tariq Stennett it is of Swept that has assumed the lead. And we're looking also to of Devante Haywood, who was running unattached, who was gone second but out of your picture. So they come around that turn, and it's Devante Haywood who's running unattached, and competitor 744, Tariq Stennett of Swept, left way back in second place. So Haywood, your winner, 49.74 seconds, and the flash time, and finishing in second place was Tariq Stennett, 52.89, and he represents Swept. And third in the event, as we look one more time on the board to give you that result, it would be Hudson, 55.76. Make that Seth Hudson. So section 9 now of 12 in the boys 400 meters class 1. In lane 3, Kevin Brooks, Calabar. In lane 5, it is Raheem Campbell, Steertown. Jalen Oliphant, Wolmers, runs out of 6. And in lane 7, Jaheem Jadu of Jamaica College. I'm seeing 4 athletes, make that 5 for this one. Not a loaded field, Roger, by any stretch of the imagination.
No, not at all. 5 athletes competing in this event as we are winding down in this class 1 400 meters.
Away they go, clean start, no trouble. We see the athlete of Calabar immediately seizing the initiative, Kevin Brooks, and also to Steertown's Raheem Campbell. He's the shortest of them all, hanging there in the balance. 120 meters cleared so far. They're on the back straight. And leading so far at this juncture is Jalen Oliphant of Wolmers. And Calabar's Kevin Brooks goes in chase. And Brooks now assumes the initiative and opens up immediately a 3-meter advantage. Calabar leads. They're from Red Hills Road and going in chase in the purple of Bustamante. Justin Green looking interested. And Steertown's Raheem Campbell also. Camperdown on the inside to Jalen Bennett. But Calabar's Brooks at the moment, he's the one leading. That is Kevin Brooks, competitive 5.55, being chased by Jalen Bennett of Camperdown, but he won't be catched, not today. Calabar winning, Camperdown second.
All right, good run there from the man from Calabar, showing great strength in holding off the chasing pack. As school famous for its 400 meters runners over the years. The likes of a Daniel England, Christopher Taylor. And we can go way back to the greats, the Herb McKinleys and the Arthur Wintz. And Calabar, Herb McKinley always have a saying that what man can do, man can do. And
what does that mean, Rod?
Means that if you're down now, you can also regroup and wheel and come again.
So my mother would say, as a former teacher, she would say that I can't is as lazy sluggard unwilling to try. And so if it is, Roger, that you fail at first attempt, then one teacher at basic school says try and try again.
Right, yeah.
I remember a memory gem that says, standing at the foot of the hill, boys, gazing at the sky. How can you get up there if you never try? Though you stumble off, boys, never be downcast. Try and try again, boys, you'll succeed at last.
Succeed at last.
It was always a saying for the boys who needed to be more encouraged than the girls, who show the initial aptitude, Roger, from a very early stage and continue through. And some of the boys drop out from 3rd form, Roger.
Yes, that's a typical case. A lot might lose their way at that stage. This is where a lot needs also encouragement to go on in life, in sports generally, you know. So good motivational sayings there.
Yes, Rod, yes, and I made a note of them as I was growing, and I had an exercise book. I lost it, I don't remember if I lost it in 1988, but that exercise book had several memory gems because anywhere I saw them, I made a note. So this now is section 10. Faulkner of Kingston Technical in 1. Bustamante's Jamal Bryan running out of 2. Sheikh Shand of Greater Portmore running there in 3. Camberdown represented through Ramanda Thomas in 4. Jamaica College on track through Wooslin Harvey in 5. Wilmers is there as well, where the Conroy White in 6. And Manning's Giovanni Monroe running out of lane 7. All athletes called to the start have reported and away they go. First time of asking. We look immediately now to the athlete of Camperdown who shows great promise so early, Ramanda Thomas. And also to keep your eyes on Manning's Giovanni Monroe out there in lane 7. Based on the stagger, he's leading at the moment, but has also stepped on the gas to open up an advantage over the rest of the pack. Going in chase is the Jamaica College pair of Harvey and Remando Thomas of Camperdown. Will they catch him this afternoon? We wait to see. Manning's Giovanni Monroe running out of steam just a bit with less than 120 meters to go at the top of the straight. Here they turn for home, and Camperdown's Remando Thomas now has hurt himself and turned for home in the middle of the track. It is Thomas of Camperdown looking strong and large and in charge. Jamaica College, Woodley and Harvey still have something left and still chasing. Keep your eye on Greater Portmore. Shake Shand coming late. Will he be caught at the line? No, not today. Camperdown winning. Remando Thomas, the winner, Roger. Flash time 50.96.
Yes, a good overdrive sprinting there from the man from Greater Portmore. Left it a little too late and had to be satisfied for second. 51.14 to 51.01, the winning time there, 51.01 from Camperdown, school formerly known as a Sprint Factory.
You remember those days, Raj? Way back in the 80s, 90s?
Sprint Factory over the years producing great relay teams, great sprint relay teams. That's what we can remember.
Remember the Dawkins,
the greats. The Donald Quarries,
yes,
and the Raymond Stewarts of this world.
Kerry Johnson.
Kerry Johnsons of this world.
And the Dawkins sisters.
Right. And great sprint relay teams of the 80s. That's what we can remember. Great sprinters. The last, Rimaldo Rose. Was the
yes,
last sprinter of prominence in the mid-2000s.
Yes.
Was just on the verge of stepping up, and horrific injury derailed his career.
And that was that.
And he just didn't came through at all.
All right, so now we look now to section 11 of 12. This is the penultimate race in the 400 meters class 1 boys event. Lane 1 is absent. You can scratch Rashawn Richards of Ravens, but in 2, Nicoy Drummonds, or make that 2 Ravens is there represented. Beg pardon, Rashawn Richards. In lane 3, Nicoy Drummonds, Camperdown. Myself and Roger just speaking about Camperdown. Front court, Keneal Campbell runs out of 4. He's there. In lane 5, make that Tashawn Berry of Dintil and Adrian Sutherland of Rhodesall. Kingston College, Isaiah Patrick is also there as well, not seeing Jamaica College, Malik Smith Band. But immediately now the athlete of Kingston College goes in front, and he goes to work and opens up just a slight advantage over his nearest competitor would have been Keneal Campbell of front court. Tashawn Berry of Dintil Technical seem interested too to get into the early jostling. But Kingston College's Isaiah Patrick may be an afternoon stroll. He's timing to push himself as they turn for the straight, and on the inside we're seeing Ravens Rashawn Richards. He left it late and turning on the afterburners. The athlete of Kingston College, Isaiah Patrick, who made most of the running for at least some 220 meters, is now out of the fray. Ravens Rashawn Richards steps on the gas, pedals away. 50.47 the flash time for him, and finishing second in the event from Dintil Technical, Roger, Tashawn Berry.
All right, so good running and rewarded with the victory there. Nice outing from the man from St. Jago. Here he is in your picture. And head quite firmly placed, no bobbing and weaving, and head rolling, and fist pumping. Good form there for the man from St. Jago.
So now we look on our screen, and this is section 12 of 12, Roger. Calvin Peter of Jamaica College should be in 1. In lane 2, Daniel Small, Mavis Bank. Good to see Mavis Bank, Roger. Very first time I'm seeing them from the start of today's track meet. Didn't see them on the girls' side. In lane 3, Lansford Burke, Woolmers. Lane 4 is vacant at the moment, but in lane 5, I'm seeing Daniel Barton of Vere Technical. And in lane 6, St. Jacob Boys, Javon Pinnock. Into the set position, and away they go. Keep your eye on the Technical athlete Daniel Barton, and rushing to the front is Javon Pinnock, wasting no time. 120 meters gone so far, and it is Pinnock of Jamaica College with that lead. Going in chase is Daniel Barton of Vere Technical, and Jamaica College's Peter Calvin keeping them in check and keeping them in his sight. And gone fourth at the moment is Woolmer's Boys at Lansford Burke, with Mavis Bank's Daniel Small at the back of the pack. So they've got 110 meters to go now, and they turn into the straightaway. And St. Jago College's Pinnock looking strong, looking relaxed as well. No trouble. An easy Saturday afternoon stroll for him at this development meet. He was watching the clock, 49.94. And Vere Technical finishing in second place with Daniel Barton, and third would have been Woolmer's Boys, Lansford Burke, Roger.
All right, the man from St. Jago there, all alone and quite comfortable, getting his afternoon work out of the way. 49.91, the official time. And Pinnock from St. Jago, the winner there in that event. So we await now the official results, but I expect the man from Jamaica College to come out on top. Overall, and the time there of 40, there was a time of 47. The time of 47. DeAndre Walker, 47.52.
Yes, 47.32.
32.
Yes, for Watkin.
And he should be the overall favorite alongside the man from Ferncourt Grant. Both were fierce competitors last year, and here they are again in the thick of things with the man from Kingston College as well, looking to be coming into the frame, but that should be the overall winner.
Clubs and institution men now, Roger?
Walker. Right. So, not much athletes in this event.
We're seeing 5 athletes so far, Roger.
So, in 2, we have Ricardo Cunningham, a man known more for 800 meters. In 5, it's Tyrese Taylor, swept. And also out there in lane 8, Calvin of GC Foster College. Just a reminder that you're looking at this. Also there in lane 1, Hutchinson, Marcus Hutchinson. So it's Marcus Hutchinson, Ricardo Cunningham. Then we have Tyrese Taylor. Also there, Jermaine Calvin of GC Foster. This is the men's 400 meters. And off they go. And Tyrese Taylor of Swept goes to work early. And also there is Cunningham from Vision. But it's Hutchinson now of Titans coming into the picture. And still Taylor. Jermaine Calvin of GC Foster looking good. Coming into the middle of the pack now is Tyrese Taylor. Taylor and Ricardo Cunningham. Taylor, Ricardo Cunningham. Tyrese Taylor holding on to that lead. Here comes Tyrese Taylor. Oh, down to the wire. Very close. Cunningham came back into the thick of things and gave it a race to Tyrese Taylor. And Taylor just holding on. Ricardo Cunningham was sneaking up all the time, quite deceptive, because at this stage we thought it was all about Taylor. But look at Ricardo Cunningham now closing significantly with every stride. And he just deceptively came upon him on the line. Just could not reel him in at the right time. But Tyrese Taylor, no doubt the winner there in this men's 400 meters.
Yes, Raj.
48.76.
48.76. It's important, Raj, to make a note to the fact that these senior athletes, they get the chance to run every weekend when the junior athletes are participating. And so they get a chance to run in either the 100, the 200 or the 400 meters. I mean, the longer events are to see the senior athletes competing in those, except of course at the Jamaica College track meet when we saw some senior athletes competing in the 800 meters event. So Roger just called section 1 of 5. This now is section 2. Looking on your picture, it should be Romario Brissett unattached running out of lane 1. In lane 2, Davian Clark Michael, Paul Henry Michael in 3, Glenmore Biggs unattached in 4, and Francois Gordon should be running in 5, Raj.
All right, so
lane 2 is vacant.
This is set 2 of 5.
And lane 5 is vacant.
Off they go. And Joseph Remy of Swept at the top. Beside him, Asini Wilson of Titans. He goes to work. Also in the middle of the pack there is Denick Lou of GC Foster College. So those are the 3 going at it at the moment. Asini Wilson of Titans still holding that lead. The man from GC Foster, Denick Lou, closes the gap. So it's a race between Luke and Wilson. Wilson has a slight lead, but Luke fights back. They are going at it shoulder to shoulder. But Asini Wilson now finding something extra, pulls away from the man from GC Foster.
And with confidence, Roger.
Asini Wilson winning.
Pointing.
47.85 the flash time. Ahead of Denick Lou of GC Foster College.
47.85, Roger.
47.84 the official time now for Luke. So, just to let you know that coverage brought to you courtesy of some of our kind sponsors. KFC, nobody does it better. Grace Kennedy. And Burger King. Some of our Zoma paper.
That is Somo paper. Yeah?
Some of our sponsors.
We say good afternoon to, of course, the hardworking staff members of those companies just listed, Roger. We said Grace, Kennedy, Burger King, KFC, and Somo Paper. Yeah, and Grace Kennedy represented here at this meet as well as a sponsor of the Queen's Grace Jackson track meet. And Grace, the title sponsors of the Issa Boys and Girls Athletics Championship for many years running now, Roger.
Right. So, please support our sponsors. Of course, your watching part of the overall Stride Vision Athletic Series, and we're here at the Queen's Grace Jackson track meet.
Do we list
20th
this?
staging.
Do we list this, Roger, as our third stop in the series? Because the second stop in the series was at Calabar last week. But
So we are at our third
stop.
Third stop in the series.
Right. The first one was Jamaica College.
All right. So section 3 now of the men's 400 meters. Let's see now. We are not seeing a lane 5 or 7 and 8. No lane 5, no lane 7, and no lane 8. So we have Horace Grant, Jorge Lorenzo, Akeem Henry, Dwayne Webb of Vision, and Roy Miller of GC Foster. So they go at it at the moment.
And Jorge, Roger, have already won at the Jamaica College track meet. Keep your eye on him. He's a man in the green and black.
And here he goes to work, and he closes in on the others on his outside. Talking about the like of Akeem Henry, who is running unattached. So Henry and Lorenzo now. And out there in lane number 6 is the man from GC Foster, Roy Miller. But Lorenzo now takes the lead into the home straight, sweeping by Henry. And also Miller from GC Foster. But Jorge Lorenzo, or Lorenzo, winning in a time of 48.39, the official time, after doing the secondary running for most of the race. Got into top gear at the top of the curve, and in the final 100 meters, sweeping by his competitors, Akeem Henry, who is running unattached, and Roy Miller of GC Foster. Jorge Lorenzo winning section 3 of the men's 400 meters.
48.43 seconds, and he's coached, Roger, by the former St. Jago runner, the former national runner, the Olympian, and
You're talking about Bert Cameron.
Bert Cameron, right? And I saw Jorge for the first time at Excelsior track meet in December. Stride Vision was there, so this will be the 4th stop for us, then, Roger. In the the series started January. But if we're looking at the entire season in December, it will be our 4th stop.
All right, so do remember, you can also download the Stride Vision app
Looking at
in your Play Store, your
yes,
Google Play Store, and your App Store.
So looking at the screen, Roger, we have a loaded field on screen.
We have the likes of
Andrea
Bandield of Vision, Malik James King, formerly of
Calabar,
of Legacy,
yes,
Romario Ferron, Michael, Ronaine R. Scott, Titans, Andale Miller, Eagles, Bradford Milford unattached, Blaine Buckle unattached. Is Jahil Hyde there? His name is listed in lane 8.
not seeing him. But you can scratch lane 3 and lane 6, Roger.
And off they go. And getting off is Blaine Buckle, running unattached out there in late. In the middle, it's Malik James King. And also, so it's a one-man race at the moment. The man in the inside there, it's King of Legacy. But also on the outside there now appears to be Buckle is running unattached. Malik James King now comes into your picture with a clear lead. On the outside, it's Buckle running unattached. The others in the middle, Rodney Ascot and Ferron from Michael. But it's all about Malik James King. Former starman for Calabar now. He drives forward, striding for the victory. 47.01. The second going to Blaine Buckle. Out there, he's running unattached. But Malik James King of the Legacy Track Club winning this event and winning quite comfortable. 47.01, the winning time.
47.01, Roger. A promising time so early in the season. Malik James King, formerly of Calabar. We saw him last season as well. Showed great promise in the early part of the season and running now 47.03 today, Roger, is now sending another statement, as I said. Interesting to note also, too, that many athletes out of a Calabar and a Kingston College or Jamaica College have stayed home, Roger, to hone their skills. You would have seen the likes of Bridget Foster Hilton, would have seen the likes of Asava Powell, Sharon Simpson, just to name a few. We also see Usain Bolt, and at the top of the pile on the women's side, we're looking now at Elaine Thompson as well as Shelley and Fraser Price.
Right. All right, so you should be speaking with meet organizer Olive McNaughton in a very short while. Are there any competitors for this? Oh, they are finished.
Yes, so you can
Okay,
speak to Olive, Roger.
Yes.
Because we'll be running the 200 meters. So Roger Asphalt will have Olive McNaughton. She's part of the organizing committee of the Queen's Grace Jackson track meet. As we stand by now for the 200 meters, and in a little while we'll go to those. And just to tell you too, that the former world junior champion and the athlete out of very technical Brittany Anderson won the 60-meter hurdles earlier on in a time of 7.91 seconds. And we'll be getting some details on that. Roger Hasfall is standing by with Olive McNaughton.
Great
Roger?
news there for Brittany Anderson winning there at the Armory in New York. And we are here now speaking with the organizer of the Queen's Grace Jackson track and field meet, Mrs. Olive McNaughton. Good afternoon to you, madam.
Good afternoon, Roger. I might do it with the
You want your face to be seen, that's okay.
Okay.
But here we are. This is just, I can feel back 20 years ago when you just started the event right here. Tell us about the growth of this event, Olive.
Well, Roger, it is very special for me because 20 years in 2002 we had the first staging, and to see that this meet has grown and developed, and we have seen the growth of track and field in Jamaica also because we were able to provide local competition for our athletes. We had a fight, said no, you can't put on a meet at Stadium East, but we are back again. So history that the 20th stadium is back at Stadium East, and as you know, that's due to a lot of things related to COVID and finances. But it's a great day here in Jamaica. It's sunny for those people in New York and all over the world that maybe experience. It's beautiful, it's sunny, it's bright, and it's great to see the athletes back. It's just so good that I think that the numbers are close to the pre-COVID levels. The shot put, you look at the shot put, and you see the Dakers, you see Shade Lawrence, you see the other upcoming ones, Kobe from Calabar. It's just great to see the athletes on the training. It's just good to be back for the 20th staging.
I can just imagine, almost 2 years, no meet organized by you, the committee, and so on. The challenges must have been significant, though, to actually get it up and running based on things you had to do, things you had to comply, and so on.
Yes, Roger. As you know, the approval, there has to be an approval process from ODP and Ministry of Sports and Ministry of Health. So we had to go through that protocols and ensure, so we had to get the Ministry of Health had to come and check to see that everything is in place. They came here today to see that we have all our sanitizations on. You notice that when the athletes start with sanitize, when they're finished with sanitize. So all the officials got sanitizing. So we ensure that we conform to all the necessary COVID protocols to ensure that we have a safe and successful meet.
All right, so you can safely say that providing all being well, here on in, we should see the 21st staging of the event and beyond.
Let's take it one stage at a time. With life and what is happening now, we're just happy that we got to the 20th stage, and it's a milestone that we, as the only girls' school to put on a development meet, that we're just happy to get there. And we look forward for further staging and to the success of track and Jamaica, because we have done our little part.
Indeed. All right, so Olive, of course, you are also integrally involved in the overall preparation for getting Jamaicans at the Oregon World Athletics Track and Field meet later on this year. You want to provide us with some information and paint a picture as to what Jamaicans here and overseas can expect from you, who is organizing a major part of this overall campaign.
Okay, so as Jamaica Sports, we organize packages and tours to international events. So having seen these athletes out there with them night and day, you know, it's a joy for me, you know, to support them on the international level. World Juniors, I was out there from 2004, Commonwealth Games. So I've prepared packages for persons who are interested, as you know, Jamaicans like track and field, and some even people abroad want to come and join the
diaspora.
Yes, you were there, Roger, in football, when we had football, and you saw the people out there supporting our athletes. It is great joy. So what I do is organize it. I take the stress for you, organize these tours. So for this year, you have Oregon World Championships, I have packages, I have tickets for Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, and for Qatar in football, whether the boys make it or reggae boys make it or not, I'm sure as a football lover you may want to go to Qatar for the World Cup. And because of our experience of doing Doha in 2019, where we had our support, then Budapest, and then for Paris in 2024. So all things, we're putting things together so that we can have the diaspora and Jamaicans supporting our athletes when they go up there and compete for their country.
And of course, for persons who are very much interested, both here in Jamaica and in the diaspora, how can they get in contact with you, what they need to do?
Okay, you can either WhatsApp me at 876-344-8000, that's 344-8000, or email the Sports Realtor at gmail.com, because also real estate, that's part of what we do. If you want to come back home, or if you're looking something to buy or sell or lease, we do offer that. But you know, today is about really enjoying the sports of track and field is back in Jamaica. You know, the organizing committee did have really worked hard with Anik Brown, the chairperson now. As you said, after doing it for 20 years, you have to pass the baton on. And so Anik Brown, you can ask her about the 21st staging and beyond, where she is, we are passing the baton to her to continue the tradition of the Queen's School, or running a meet, so that our youngsters, our schools can qualify for champs. As you know, it's a qualifier for boys and girls champs, as well as get times to compete at the world level.
Certainly looking forward to more success. Any additional final thing you might want to leave with us, Olive?
Well, you know, I'm happy that we are having the World Athlete of the Year. She's down to compete this evening in the 60 meters. So that was confirmed just yesterday. Kayles and you guys were one of the first to know. So we have a 60 meter for women and 3 heats for men. So we're just happy that, you know, Elaine competed here for years, and she's back as the top female athlete for 2021. She's here at the Queen's Grace Jackson meet, the 20th staging. So that is a crown for us. We're really happy that the Queens can continue in the crowning glory of providing good competition, local competition for our athletes.
Okay, many more successes.
Thank you very much, Carter. Thank you very much for StrideVision for being here, and success to you as you continue to stream, because there are no spectators here. As you know, that was one of the to have the meet. But persons are logging on. I see the live chat going on, and so, you know, for StrideVision, it's good for you to be able to support, and for persons in the diaspora to see the track and field in Jamaica.
All right, thank you very much. Olive McNaughton, she is the chairman of the organizing committee of the Queen's Grace Jackson Development Track Meet here at Stadium East, and they heard that you have lots of packages for you both here in Jamaica and in diaspora for the World Athletics Championships. If you want all the stress to be taken away, you're talking about plane tickets, you're talking about hotel accommodation, you're talking about moving around and so on, this is the lady for you to contact further down in the year. But you can do it quite early, because you know how these things go. So we are getting prepared now for the 200 meters for boys, class 3, and of course we'll be here, and you heard it here as well. The double Olympic champion will be making her season debut a little later on, right here on this track, 60 meters. A little later on, she's preparing as well for the indoor season, which started yesterday in Karlsruhe, Germany. And please, don't take your eyes off StrideVision. If not, you'll miss a beat, and you will miss a lot. The double Olympic champion running right here today. So it's over to you, Dwight Fraser, for the call of the boys class 3, 200 meters.
Thank you so much, Raj. An informative and interesting interview that time with the great Olive McNaughton, and we call her legend as well. And this is the 20th staging of the Queen's Grace Jackson track meet, and the action is on StrideVisionTV. So we have the lineup quickly for you, and this is the boys class 3 now. This is the 200 meters. In lane 1, Randy Campbell unattached. In lane 2, Deshaun Salmon, Kingston College. In lane 3, Nyron Wade, KC. Calabar's Nicoy Bramwell runs out of 4. In lane 5, Anthony Lawrence Lacovia. Greater Portmore's Milton Pinedo, he runs in 6. Jace Madden, Wilmer's Boys in 7. And St. Jago's Ray J. Reese runs out of lane 8. So that's the lineup there in your picture. Randy Campbell. On your marks. And sent away first time of asking. And we're seeing some of the athletes stopped while others are still going. So there was a mix-up in communication there. A second gun was sounded from where we are. And at our broadcast point, though, we were unable to hear that second gun. And so the athletes are called back. An interesting interview that time, Roger, with Olive McNaughton. And some interesting points shared that time. You learn a lot.
Yes.
We learn a lot.
Most importantly, the two-time double Olympic champion, Elaine Thompson-Hira, will be making her season debut right here at the Grace Jackson meet a little later on. So tell your friends, tell your family all over the world.
Yes. And
Make
this is
sure
all
you log on
to StrideVisionTV.
You also can download the app in your Play Store, your
Right.
Google Play Store,
Google
and your
Play Store.
App Store.
And the App Store as well, yes.
Log on now, because you'll be missing a lot if you don't catch Elaine Thompson-Hira later on this afternoon right here at the Grace Jackson meet.
Okay, we have, of course, some sponsors to pay our credits to Raj, and it is KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, as well as Burger King, in addition to the Queen's Grace Jackson meet celebrating 20 years in the year of our Lord 2022, world-class athletics, fast, accurate results, Grace, quality since 1922, and Somo, paper to digital. So now they're on their marks for the second time of asking, and this now the Class 3 boys 200 meters, and this is section 1 of 8. Campbell, Salmon, Wade, Bramwell, Lawrence, Pinedo, Madden, and Reese. And this time a second gun sounded, Roger. I'm not too sure what's happening over there, but this race has been held up at least now some 10 minutes. Perhaps might have to ask our runner, who's working in that section with the production team, to double check and see if we can find out what exactly is happening there, Raj. And interesting too that the wind has picked up just a bit here in the afternoon, and this has always been, Roger, in the afternoon session.
Yes, and you know, well, good thing that for the 400 meters runner specifically, that your race is over, because you would not want to be around at this time of the afternoon when the wind is kicking in, coming in from the south, and you have been throwing it all in your 400 meters race just to come into the 300 meters and hitting up on that wall. So it's just about the 200 meter sprint now from here on in, and of course you'll be having the 60 meter sprint a little later on as well as some relays. Yeah,
the relays, Roger. The 4x400 meters men's open will close the show, as was the case on the ladies' side when there was the mile relay split in 2 sections. And coming up later on as well, as we start off with Class 3, we should have Class 2 running their 200 meters. We'll be having 11 sections there. And in the Class 1, we should have 13 heats for the Class 1 boys before we go into the clubs and institution men. Legacy, Vision, Swept, GC Foster College, Titan, Sprint Tech will be represented. And away they go this time now, the third time of asking. Wait to see now if they'll be called back. No, they won't. They've cleared at least 80 meters, and a good run so far from the Kingston College athlete, who has stepped on the gas so far. Make that Deshaun Summon looking strong and coming into the middle of the track, being chased by Calabar's McCoy Bramwell. Bramwell have some catching to do. Bramwell along with the athlete of Kingston College. Oh, rather close, 23:54.
Looks as if the man from Calabar might have snatched it just in time, but it's too close to call based on from where we are. It appears that the man from Calabar, but not prepared to call it as yet.
No, Raj.
23.54, that is the flash time for both athletes for now.
And Bramwell getting it, Raj.
Yes, he really looked as if he snatched on a line from our vantage point.
Take a look at the replay.
And here he is. He was behind by a step or two, but somehow found something in the overdrive and kept reeling in his KC compatriot, and down to the wire they went. And snatching it just on the line, just in time, the man from Calabar.
So now we move into section 2. The boys class 3 200 meters. In lane 1 should be Demaria Dixon of Jamaica College. Tien Dunkley Calabar runs out of lane 2. Vladimir Brooks Bulmers in 3. He ran in the 400 meters earlier on. Kevon McKenzie, Jager Boys, competitor 689. He runs out of lane 5. Competing in lane 6, Taj O'Neill Gordon, Kingston College. Kyle Bodden is unattached and is in lane 7. And in lane 8, Tajay Adams of Titchfield. Saying good afternoon to the St. Andrew Technical family too. Honor diligence and service being messaged by a few earlier on. Mano out of New York, as well as Alicia in Connecticut. Saying good afternoon to Miss Alicia Bailey as well as our good friend Sharon, who's also from New York. And the class of 96. Giving them a shout out to people like Berger, Iba, Faskar, as well as Nicholas, who is now working with the Jamaica Football Federation as a psychologist. And giving a shout out to as well to Jeffrey and our good friend Conroy Solomon out there in Queens. So section 2 is the section we're waiting on now, and you're watching Stride Vision TV.
And of course, just to remind you that this forms the overall part of the Stride Vision Athletics TV series, and we're here for a number of year meets as we head straight up to the Boys and Girls Athletics Championships and beyond this year. And of course,
away they go. This is section 2. We only have 4 competitors here in this one. The athlete of St. Jago, Kevon McKenzie, looking strong and large and in charge as he comes into the straightaway. Having initial trouble though from the athlete of Jamaica College, Demaria Dixon, but it won't be so much trouble to test him this afternoon. 25:53 the flash time. St. Jago winning, Jamaica College second, and Wolmer's finishing in 3rd place. We'll tell you the name of the winner in just a bit. So we're getting some information from Anik Brown, the chairperson.
of course, these are some of the sponsors for today's activities here, and we'll give you them in a short while. But just to remind you that, you know, this forms part of the overall Stride Vision Athletics series for 2022, and of course you can download the Stride Vision TV app in your Google Play Store and in your App Store. You download, you tap in, you tap athletics, and you're good to go. Right here at the Queen's Grace Jackson track meet at the Stadium East. Of course, this meet brought to you courtesy of the YB Foundation, the Grace Foods, Western Union, Wisynco, World Class Athletics, PA Benjamin, Somo Limited, StrideVisionTV, of course, part of the StrideVision Athletics series, KFC, Burger King, the J3A, On The Run Events, and the Jamaica Sports, some of your sponsors for today's Grace Jackson Queen's track meet here at Stadium East. Started 20 years ago, right here. I remember when this event got underway, I think it was in my first year while working at the RGR group. This was my first assignment.
Whoa!
To come and cover the inaugural Grace Jackson meet back 20 years ago. I remember they had an afternoon Saturday sports program, Sports Zone.
Yes, I remember the Sports Zone.
Yes, and this was they usually link up sports correspondents all over the country
Right.
here on the island.
Courtney Sargent was the producer at that time.
Right,
Yes.
looking at various sporting events.
So Dejani Eslap of Jamaica College, but we also see Tyrese Foreman of St. George's College is running there out of lane 2. St. George's College's Tyrese Foreman, your winner of this section 3, 24.31 seconds, a flash time for Foreman.
Yes, and among the first person I interviewed at that meet would have been Bridget Foster Hilton. She was competing that day, I think, in the 400 meters. And I think she ran on the day 53 seconds flat, if memory serves me right. And she was warming up for that year. I think it was the Commonwealth Games. I think she was warming up for, something like that.
No, the Commonwealth Games would be the year after, in 2002.
Yeah, it was 2002.
It was 2002. Okay. 2002, yes, in Manchester, England.
Yes.
Yes.
Warming up for that. And Safa Poyle was here as well.
Right. Just green.
yes, the very green
Safa
Poyle.
Poyle, yes. Although Roger.
And the MVP, MVP crew would have just begun to come into prominence at that time.
Yes.
You know, and literally this event grew with the golden era of Jamaican athletics, because here we are today. And this would have been a trend over the years at the Queen's Grace Jackson meet, where a number of the top athletes would have made their season debut here.
At this meet, yes.
And we are seeing it here today again. We gathered at Elaine Thompson-Hira, the two-time Olympic double champion, will be marking her season debut today. Over the years, we have had the likes of Safa Poyles and the Shelley Fraser Prizes.
Sharon Simpson, yes.
Sharon Simpsons, the Bridget Foster Hilton,
Michael
and so
Fritton,
on,
yes.
all making their season
Nesta Carter,
debuts
yeah.
here. Nesta Carter here at the Grace Jackson meet. So look out for that. Make sure you keep it locked on StrideVisionTV, because Elaine Thompson-Hira will be on your screens shortly from now.
Roger will have the distinction of calling that race. This is section 4 now, and we look now in the middle of the track to York Castle, Giovanni Christie, Jamaica College, Michael Edwards looking strong as well. He's there and he's running there out of lane 7. In fact, it is Javon Pledley of Jamaica College, the leader so far, and chasing him. So Jamaica College finishing 1-2, Roger. Javon Pledley and Michael Edwards, 25:31 the flash time.
Jamaica College in the class 3 boys, 25:31 the flash time.
That is what Jamaica College would like in most of the races come champs 2022 in the finals, huh?
Of course, you're talking about quality performances, quality points gathering, when you can maximize the maximum amount of points in a race. Quinellas, that's what you call it. As the afternoon rolls on quite nicely here at Stadium East, it's quite we're not hot. We are certainly in good conditions.
Yes.
And no immediate threat of rain either. So this is perfect conditions for track and field. Of course, just to remind you that you're watching part of the overall Stride Vision Athletics Series brought for 2022. And we are coming to you live from the Grace Jackson Queens meet here at Stadium East. Coming up with the boys class 3 200 meters.
Yes, Raj, a perfect time to bless up some of our sponsors again, Roger. PA Benjamin, Roger, they see them supporting the... All right, so we'll go back to that in just a bit. But while some athletes fade, some surge to the front. Calabar, Jamaica College, Kingston College. We'll tell you the names in just a bit. They turn for home, and Kingston College's Markel Smith, competitive 416. He surges to the front, grimaces towards the line, and takes it. The flash time 24.19.
That's a Kingston College Quinella as well here. And 1-2 finish for the boys from North Street. So Jamaica College throwing down their gauntlet with their Quinella. Kingston College doing likewise now immediately thereafter. So look at the man himself. He was quite comfortable all alone, pulling away all the time, and showing great form to come across the line ahead of his teammate. So Old Hope Road sounded their sound. North Street did likewise immediately thereafter.
And it has always happened at Champs, Roger, as we read out our sponsors list earlier on, and we'd love to see all these sponsors on board and supporting what we do at StrideVisionTV. YB Foundation is the Ewan Blake, Foundation, Raj? Yeah. Along with Grace Foods, Western Union, Wasinco, World Class Athletics, PA Benjamin, Somo Limited, Stride Vision, KFC, Burger King, the JH Rays, On The Run Events, and Jamaica Sports. So, Roger, sponsors are coming back and supporting track and field.
Yes, and a lot of the meets would have also suffered
last year, and we'll get back to that discussion.
Lack of sponsorship.
Yes. Here they go now for section 6 of the boys class 3 200 meter dash. Calabar's Jamaica Pico. He won last week at Calabar track meet. We wait to see what will happen. St. Jago's Trey Barrett giving chase, and Barrett will lead them home, and Jamaica Pico will finish second. Roger, when I heard the name last week, Jamaica Pico, I was surprised. I thought it was a typographical error.
And what sort of company is that?
Jamaica Pico is the name of the athlete who finished second of Calabar. Jamaica is his first name. Pico is his surname.
Okay.
And Morgan of St. Jago, of Ravens, the Tarji Morgan of Ravens, still St. Jago, 24.79, and Jamaica Pico finishing second, 24.60.
Well, Jamaica Pico is a name you better be finishing up front if you have a name like that. So you had to set up a second this time around.
Yeah, I bet you have never seen that name before, Roger.
No, not at all. So we are having what, 8 of the class 3 200 meters boys.
Yeah, we go now into section 7. Seeing Bert Cameron giving some instructions and some shouting from the side. It is good to see Bert Cameron still active, Roger, though not on the track or in the field.
Yes, a coach in his own right.
Yeah.
You remember he was a part of the Glen Mills Racers camp for a while. He branched off
and started his own thing.
What's the name of his group? Cameron Striders, I think.
Cameron Blazers.
Cameron Blazers, yes. Yes, so he has his group. He also has a few overseas athletes in his group as well.
Because Jorge, the athlete from the Spanish background, is not too sure which country he's from, won the men's 400 meters earlier on, or his section of the 400 meters earlier on, is one of those athletes to watch. The fastest time on the day on the girls' side, though, in the 400 meters class 1 was by Kalia Kelly of Ver, 55.56. This is the boys 200 meters, and we keep our eyes on the athlete there of Kingston College, Siobhan Brown, as well as Jonathan Clark, running there in lane 2. Jamaica College to Sean Lawrence, speedster he is, and beating the Kingston College Pierre Roger and stopping the clock at 24.91 seconds.
Well, the man from Jamaica College winning there, he has a lot of work to do, but you can see he has the raw material to work with.
Yes.
He was all over the place in terms of his
form, yes.
But you can see that he has some speed, and once coach works on his overall approach and form, there you can see athletes all over the place, just raw speed there. And of course he left the Kingston College door in his wake, but you can see that a lot of work will be needed on, despite winning that race, you can see that a lot of work is needed, but he has the basic raw material to work with.
Indeed. And he was bobbing Roger, and just as you said, all over the place. His form wasn't as polished as it should be, but nonetheless he will learn. So now we come upon the final section of the Class 3 boys 200 meters. In lane 1 should be Tajay Shaw Calabar. Lane 2, Jaden Pottinger, Jamaica College. Antoine Smith of Mona runs out of lane 3. Tonino Reynolds or Rossis in 4. Javari McCoy, Ferncourt in 5. Running out of lane 6, Kamal Johnson, York Castle. And in lane 7, DeAndre Myers of Wilmer's Boys.
Yes, so Coach Neil Harrison will no doubt be utilizing his expertise on that man from JC, because we do see he has the basic speed to work with. So we are on to another section.
Yes, and away they go. First time of asking 4 athletes in this one. Keep your eyes immediately though on the athlete of Rossis, Tonino Reynolds. And he's in the middle of the track, running there out of lane 4. Front court, Javari McCoy is in the thick of things also too. But the athlete on the inside though is the athlete of Rossis, Reynolds. He's looking strong, looking smooth, and he will lead them home.
And from Lucy Hanover.
Yes.
Rossis coming through for the win.
In a time of 26.06.
And Rossis known for their exploits on the football field, but also known for their exploits on the girls' side in recent times, producing a number of outstanding athletes coming to the championships and winning races and so on. And Rossis building their track program, and you'll see more and more track and field athletes coming out of Lucy Hanover on the beach, on the sea.
So we stand by now. We'll be going into the Class 2 200-meter boys, and Roger Hasfall will have the commentary, and I'll have the color, or I have the analysis, that is, as Roger provides the color.
All right, so we will be having 11 sections in this Class 2 for Class 2 boys, 200 meters. And we will use some of these races to see how things are shaping up for the respective contenders for the big day. So we have Goodwin Wallace from Dintle, White of Rhodes Hall, Robinson of Jamaica College, Lenworth Strong of Calabar, Roisin Smith of Lacovia, he won earlier in the 400 meters, Jamar Davis of Vere, and Taj Marquez White of Kingston College. In the set position, and off they go. And at the top of the pack is Taj White of Kingston College. In the middle of is Lacovia's Roisin Smith. So White of Kingston College comes off the top in front. He left the others in his wake. Roisin of Lacovia in second. But it's all about the man from North Street, Kingston College. Taj Marquez White ahead of Roisin Smith of Lacovia and Damian White of Rhodes Hall, 22.63. The winning time there for the man from Kingston College in this first section of the boys. Class 2, 200 meters. So there you are. There he's in your picture all alone. Head bouncing up and down, so a little work needed there as well. Man from Lacovia finishing second. Lacovia showing that they are taking up this track thing quite seriously as well. A number of their athletes have been performing since morning here. And we head over now to section 2 of the boys class 200 meters. We have Akeem Richards of St. Jago. In 2 is Dushan Grant of Kingston College. Joshua Silvera, Jamaica College in 3. Davil Paddyfoot of William Nib in 4. Ashley McGregor, Woolmer's Boys in 5. Alex Graham, Spot Volley in 6. Tyler Ferguson of Mona in 7. And Marvin Pattison of Kingston College in lane 8. They're off and running, and Kingston College is Grant takes the lead along with Silvera Joshua of Jamaica College now. So they are coming around into the top of the curve. In the middle of the pack is Grant of Kingston College now, steps away from the pack, and Grant showing good sprinting form. It's a Quinella for Kingston College, because closing on the outside to win second spot, Marvin Patterson of Kingston College. The flash time 22.50 seconds for Dushan Grant of Kingston College. 22.51 the official time. And his teammate Marvin Patterson second, 23.16. And the third was the man Akeem Richards of St. Jago. So a Kingston College athlete winning both sections so far. Section 2 of 11. And we head over now to section 3, the boys class 2 for 200 meters. Daniel Clark of Kingston College in 1. Based on what we have here, in 2, it's Tariq Moody of Ferncourt. Kawane Kelly of St. Jago in 3. Devoy Walters of Jamaica College in 4. Barian Arthurs of Rhodes Hall in 5. Hamil Green of Fogo Road in 6. Johnny Fraser, Woolmer's Boys in 7.
Did you say Fraser?
Not certain if in a relation there between Dwight Fraser and John Fraser, but off they go, and the man from St. Jago sprints forward now. Kawane Kelly, he is in the lead and looking quite good. The others left in his wake. It's all about the man from St. Jago showing great form. Closing on the inside is Terry Moody of Ferncourt and Kingston College's Daniel Clark. They are coming down to the wire. It's going to be a tussle for the wire, but St. Jago's Kawane Kelly holds on for the win, ahead of Daniel Clark of Kingston College and Tariq Moody of Ferncourt. That was a keen little battle in the final 50 meters of the event. 23.62 the flash time. They are coming across. We await the official time, but St. Jago's Kawane Kelly 23.62 the official time for Kelly.
Yes, good promise there at that time, Roger. Good run. I mean, you would have to appreciate his early season form, the athlete of St. Jago, Kawane Kelly, winning in a time of 23.62.
All right, so exciting races here in this class 2 boys, 200 meters, and they are coming thick and fast. We have 11 of them, and the next event, section 4 of 11, Ryan Sterling of Jamaica College in 1, Zachary Braham of Calabar in 2, DeAndre Gale of JC in 3. Princewell Martini won the 400 meters earlier. He competes now in lane 4. Jordan Drummond of Mannings, Dejon Jones, and off they go. I'm not seeing the Jamaica College pair in this race, so it's all about the man from Rhodes Hall into the thick of things on the outside there now. It's Titchfield from Taxter from Titchfield. It's all about Taxter from Titchfield now. Tajay Kroll of Rossies in second, but Titchfield, Jadine Taxter winning this event. A mix-up of names on our sheet here. I'm not seeing the likes of the DeAndre Gale and Princewell Martin of this world, but Krull of Rossies was second. And those are your competitors. Those are your competitors in the section 4 of the boys class 2. 200 meters. So we're not hearing the gun from here. And the races are coming thick and fast. So maybe our vantage point will be altered in a short while. But in the meantime, we get prepared for section 5. The boys class 2, 200 meters. Of course, to remember, you're watching part of the overall Stride Vision Athletics series. And we're here at the Grace Jackson Queens Track and Field meet. That's our stop today. Who's to tell where we'll be next week?
And of course, we're looking forward to our sponsors remaining with us, Roger.
Patrick Vassell, York Castle, Melly Christian Calabar, off they go. And they have been called back. Shorter J. Thomas of Woolmer's Boys. Kevin Bliss of Mona. Daniel Beckford of Kingston College. Also there, Dean Clayton of Calabar. Houdain Toller of Ravens. And Mario Brown of Dintil.
It was the athlete Mario Brown of Dintil, Roger, who was almost falling out of his blocks. And by the time he fell out of the blocks, the race had already gone. It was called back nonetheless. At least he, like Bob Marley said, live to fight another day. There was a book I bought yesterday, Roger. I've been paying on the I've been paying down on this book. I can't tell you the price, at least not yet. It's called You Could Tell Our Viewers.
Great quotes from great leaders.
On the cover I saw Abraham Lincoln, Margaret Thatcher, Nelson Mandela, John F. Kennedy, and several others. And I didn't see Martin Luther. And I said to myself, no, no, no. So
all right, in the set position, and off they go. It's a level break. But Daniel Beckford of Jamaica College now looks as if he has a slight lead on his outside. It's the man from St. Jago, Houdain Toller. They are coming around into the straight. Beside Beckford from Jamaica College is Kevin Bliss of Mona, who tries to claw his way back into the lead, but Beckford of Jamaica College holding on. It's a toss of a second. Striding through to take second place is Kevin Bliss of Mona, ahead of Shorter J. Thomas of Woolmer's Boys. But the winner, Daniel James of Jamaica College, the flash time 23.99. We await the official time from the man from Jamaica College. 23.99 the official time. Bliss second, 24.25. And Shorter Thomas Woolmer's 24.54. So Beckford of Jamaica College, Bliss of Mona, and Shorter Thomas of Woolmer's Boys, the top three finishers in this section. Section 5 of 11, the boys, class 2, 200 meters.
yes, Raj, I mean, interesting to point out also too that as these athletes get more competitions in those legs and work on their respective forms, the coaches would look back at the tapes. And that's the advantage you now have in this era, Roger. I mean, back then when you played sports, you did what? Cricket? And myself, track and field. I mean, you never had the chance to look back at any tape. You just had to remember what transpired maybe week 2, week 3. And as a coach, make a note of that. You try to improve as you go along.